I got to talk about this right here, in that Resident Evil 5, you guys know I'm a big fan of that. Resident Evil being my favorite gaming series, if you want to call it that, franchise.
Oh, it's totally my favorite too.
Yeah, I know. Big gamer that Gary is. He's a big
Mila Jovovich is in that one. Yeah. I freaking love it.
He's a big big fan of Resident Evil. But IGN, if not, I mean, from the news article standpoint of gaming, one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest ones. And this is what they went with. Resident Evil 5 simply can't be remade, at least not to the standards of Capcom's best work. So the answer is to not remake, but to rewrite. And what this comes from is basically the argument that they make, if you want to see the article, or a problem that people are pointing out, is that, well, when you have this spot or this part happening here in a village, or that is full of black people, and the black people turn zombies, if it's based in Africa, though we've seen Resident Evil basically all around the world, and there was never a problem when most of the zombies were fucking fair in skin. But because Resident Evil depicts them with 5, you can't have a bunch of white folk going around shooting, I guess, zombies. And I don't remember this being a problem back then. Maybe it was. I remember it being lightly talked about, and people were just making the point that I was making. Hey, it was based in the Midwest and nobody had a problem. But now, because it's based here, I think what makes this especially intriguing is the pushback. That thing is getting ratioed to shit. IGN has closed down the replies on it because game journals are doing what game journals do. And that may speak, well, no, I don't, as far as the audience, I agree with Gary that I think the audience largely, at least with gaming, maybe not with some of the other ones, maybe they're still lagging, but at least with gaming, I think that they're over this shit. I do think they got away with a lot there, and I think they were given the benefit of the doubt because it grew so fast, gaming that is. You have this new market of people that aren't really into it, normies, if you will, that never were really gamers, but now they play games. Okay, so you could have that wide sort of appeal, but as far as actual gamers, people that this is what they do, this is their go-to hobby, I think now they're fucking over this. I really do think that there's over this, and this being this whole Gamergate 2.0 thing really does speak to it, but the audience reaction. But you see that disconnect. I mean, it's always been there between critic and customer or consumer or whatever you want to call them. Because IGN puts that out, and if I'm editing over at IGN, I'm like, guys, this is a terrible idea. What? Maybe if that is your opinion of a person that's contracted to write the article, we ain't putting that shit out. But how ignorant must you be if you're like, yeah, run it. Run it.
No, they were the ones in power, and they thought they were basically the tastemaker. Right, IGNs and they thought they were the tastemakers, and you know what? For a little while, they were.
They were absolutely. They set the tone.
Long time ago, they set the tone, and that's where the corporations kind of followed. They got really drunk on that power, and they've lost it completely because they had no integrity. They became activists. It got taken over by activists, and they've never, ever, ever been able to hide their absolute disdain for you and I, the fan, the gamer, the comic book fan. They cannot hide the disdain because we're the ones who tell you what to like. Well, times have changed, sweetheart. We are the media now. So deal with it, and it's great to watch this just absolute circle jerk implosion of from people who like they must have side jobs.
There's no way they're working full time.
No writer for Kotaku's paying her rent.
No way. They might be doing it for free, to be honest.
To a white guy, she can't be racist towards. Offer fucking shit takes on Kotaku.
Yeah. I don't see that.
Maybe her cats are paying her rent. I don't know.
There's no way. And I don't know how they're not under. Speaking of fucking Kotaku, man, I don't know. I mean, they could go away at any time now.
Oh, they will. None of these sites.
CBR
has been all over this on Clownfish because he has a site and he's aware of the ad metrics and stuff. It's like this stuff does not have long to live.
Yeah, for sure. Like CBR, I know, who is it? Valnet that has like that whole bunch of sites. I think the Root is part of it as well, and which I don't. All
and it's a vanity project for some dude. Like that's what it is. It's a vanity project for some fucking trust fund kid.
It sounds about right.
Trust fund adult. Okay, so
that sounds about right. But yeah, it's interesting, and I do think that this thing is in full swing. Oh no, excuse me, it's not in full swing yet. I think the election is going to show us a lot, and I don't see these guys. I don't think they have it in them. I don't think the creatives that are part of Hollywood. I don't think that a lot of these activist devs or devs posing as activists or other way around. I don't care. It's the same result. I don't think they got it in them, and I for sure. The journos, I don't think got it in them. I don't think they have it in them to. Let's say this: they can't help themselves.
There's a lesson to be learned
here,
and it was a painful one for everybody. Okay, but sometimes you just want to, if we believe in our values and we believe we understand like how we have common sense and we understand how reality works, and our opponents don't, and they're so detached. It's like, let's give them everything they want. Let's see how this works out. And they got it. They begged, borrowed, cheated, steal, disingenuous, all that shit. They got what they want. And ultimately, we've had a good look at that over the last 4 years. And that's why things are turning around, because their ideas were bad. I knew their ideas were bad. We're fans. We understand. Yeah. We understand the comics.
Yeah.
We understand these movies more than any of the people who own them ever fucking will. And we'll get, there's a scene in Doctor Who where Torchwood's going to open up a portal that's going to let the fucking Daleks in, and they're like, the doctor just puts his hands up in the air and goes, because he's telling him not to do it. And they're like, we're going to do it. And he's like, okay. Wow. He's like, I'm going to do it. And he's like, oh, go ahead, do it.
Go for it.
Go for it. That's where we were at that point, and everything went to hell. And what sucks is sure, we're winning. We lost damn near everything. Like everything we loved got
destroyed.
But they can't take away the old stuff.
No,
they never can.
There.
But like, all the fact that like Star Trek's legacy destroyed, Star Wars legacy destroyed, Marvel, DC, their legacy fucking in tatters. Like it's not coming back. It's not coming back. So it'll open up for something new. We gave it a good shot, but at least we saved the culture. Just not a lot of the parts of it that we loved.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.